We made it. We made it. It's Tuesday. Masters Week is done. We're all here. Another fantastic week of books. A huge, huge week of books and a huge week of DC news. All kinds of stuff happening on the interwebs. A lot to be excited about. A lot I'm excited about. I'm going to share some of it and hope you get excited too. And that all happens right now. Do not forget to check the link in the description below for some fantastic resources in this amazing hobby like Big Time Collectibles online retailer. They just had their amazing C2E2 exclusives go out for the convention. If they have anything left over, it'll get posted on the site. And if you need anything cleaned or pressed, look no further. Justin's Comics has got you covered. Reach out to him. Let him know you found him via the channel. Does an amazing job. He's an amazing human being. And as always, a huge shout out to ABX Comics and Games, my local comic shop where I pick up all the books that we'll be talking about in today's video and in most of my videos. They are the community's comic shop. A lot of members in the community who don't have access to get their hands on comic books really easily use ABX in their mail-in subscription. And you can do the same thing. That way you don't have to miss out on books that are dropping each week. And keep in mind, a lot of books are dropping, especially here recently as we get into the summertime. A lot of big things are happening. And I'm adding in the giveaway photo right meow because ABX Comics and Games also sponsors this specific video, Extra Heavy, and they supply us with the amazing giveaway books. If it'll let me add them in. There we go. No, loading, taking forever. Doesn't like to load stuff while I'm live streaming. It's not a fan. But if you just keep doing the same thing over and over again, it tends to eventually work. And today's giveaway is none other than Summer of Superman. It starts right here this week. The Summer of Superman special one-shot will be on shelves tomorrow. There's a lot of stuff happening with Superman this summer for obvious reasons, and they're kicking it off this week. Summer of Superman is an oversized one-shot that features a three-part story, and we have these beautiful variants to choose from. There's the A cover by the always amazing Dan Mora, but for today's giveaway, I've got the John Jang Lobo variant, which couldn't be more appropriate with some of the news that started dropping yesterday. And then the Alexander Lozano Supergirl variant. So between Supergirl and Lobo, I figured this is perfect for the news that dropped yesterday and last week as well. We're starting to get some set photos. And one lucky winner in today's chat will be winning those books as well as the bonus cards and stickers and stuff. And if we hit the super chat goal of 5 super chats or more, $2 minimum on those, we will spin the giveaway wheel for the bonus stuff. We got some collected volumes and some Ollie's packs. So we'll spin the wheel and see what gets added in there. If we hit that super chat goal, that's completely up to you guys. So let's say hey to people in the chat and see some of the faces that I missed. Lisa Babs, how's it going? Happy Tuesday to you. We are Legion. Let's go. Steven with the sleeves. Clocking in from work. Good to see you, homie. I'm getting that Crane Absolute Flash 1-3 set as well. Yeah, Clayton Crane is a phenomenal artist. I love following him on the Instagram so you can see the time lapses of him doing the work. That most recent Flash one he did is by far his best. Issue number 2 made the thumbnail today, the close-up of the face. But yeah, Matt, what's going on? Heroes for Hire Comics, good to see you in here. Brian LCS, who actually commented first on the video. He commented on it last night. The second that I set the stream up, he commented, letting me know that he has the notification bell turned on. So don't forget to hit that notification bell. The thumbs up, that helps a lot. It lets YouTube know that people are interested in the stream and will share it out to more people. And the subscribe button if you haven't hit it already. Pop, let's go, Legionnaires. Hey, Pop. What's going on, Bryant? I have comic issues in here. How's it going? You do the whatnot thing, Bryant. Are you going to be partaking in any of the new trading card comic packs? They did the X-Men ones. They did the Captain America, Red Hulk ones. Now they're doing Daredevil comic packs. I was wondering, are you partaking in those? The newest episode of DC Deep Dive was absolutely chilling. LOL. Happy new DC Day, everyone. Yeah, there's a little pun in there. We covered Absolute Batman's most recent issue, number 7, that featured the Absolute Mr. Freeze. It was chilling. I'm excited for part 2 of that. Very good stuff. Welcome to the new DC Day Post Masters edition. Yeah, wow. Masters was crazy. In the last 13 days, I worked over 140 hours. And what was it on 4th, 3rd? So on the 3rd, me and was able to get together with all 3 of my kids. So my oldest tagged along. We went and had a gourmet dinner at the Walmart of restaurants known as Golden Corral. It was fantastic. It's always a good time. And then last night or yesterday, which was the final day for me, we went to Golden Crown for dinner. It was amazing. And then this morning, me and the wife went and got the hot wax, hot rock massage, pedicure treatment, and the fancy massaging chairs and stuff. And we do that every year to try to just like cap off the insanity. It was absolutely wild. It was a fantastic time overall. All the animals went home safe, clean, and happy. I mean, there's of course still plenty of animals there, but all the ones that were there for that event, over 137 animals cared for during that 10-day run, and more coming in right behind them. But not of that volume. That was a phenomenal run. The tournament itself was spectacular. That was probably the most intense last 9 holes of golf that have ever been played ever. And if you tuned in Friday morning to the Legion Lair stream that I do, I hopped on there for a little bit from work, and Steven with the sleeves, this guy, asked me who I was pulling for. He said that he was pulling for Bryce DeChambeau or for I think he said Rose was the other one. I told him I was pulling for Rory McIlroy. I wanted it to be his year, and Rory pulled it off. I think by the time day 2 rolled around, everybody was pulling for Roy. He just was prone to, if he wins, it would be something exceptional, and it was everything and beyond. There's those custom emojis. You actually get access to these. If you're wondering, if you're ever in the chat and you see these custom like DC, Legion of Comics emojis, the Comics Curing Cancer emojis, you get access to those by hitting that join button and becoming a channel member at any tier. You'll get those things. House of L Comics, what is going on, Donovan? Good to see you, homie. Had a blast hanging out with you on the members only stream. Did one of those last week or so. Bryant hopped on and hung out for a good while. It was awesome. Those are always a blast. He was sitting there cooking dinner with his family, just hanging out with Rob, DJ, myself. It was a good time. Really fun. Steve ended up hopping on there as well. It was a good time. Easyverse NYC is in the building. What's up, brother? Yes, baby. No, but mommy can. She's sitting in there. Faith and Misery, good afternoon to you. Hello, hello. ABX is the best. Absolutely agree. Devil Suspense is in the building. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you here. Lobo. Good. Yes, Lobo. Wolf. Shane, what's going on? 1063 Comics. Hello, hello. Those are sick covers. Great art. Absolutely. Good to see you again, Jim Hayes. I have your package, but I think you won last week's. I have your package boxed up. Just busy week. It'll get sent off this week to post office, and whoever wins today will also be coming this week to post office. Augusta's original comic shop. Yeah, the South. I think it's one of the oldest ones in the Southeast now as well. Joe Dog, what's up, man? Good to see you in here. Happy Holy Week, everyone. Happy week to you as well, JSS Brooklyn. Dude, I'm pumped to get to meet you at Heroes Con. It's going to be a good year for Heroes Con. A lot more people are coming this year. A lot of new people are coming this year. It's going to be a blast. Dan's Hobby Corner. Hey, hey. Good to see you. How are you today? The one, the only, the legend, Austin LeMay made it today. Hey, gang, mind if I listen in? Austin LeMay is the phenomenal individual, human being, and artist. Did the cover of our Comics Curing Cancer cover last year. Phenomenal individual. Big shout out to you. We got Shane, got you, and boom, there's the first one for the day, kicking it off. Big shout out to JSS Brooklyn. 1. Jason Momoa getting excited to be Lobo got me excited. Yeah, dude, he's just built for it, isn't he? He's built for it. I like Master of the Universe as well. Good to see you, Scotty. Stephen with a C. Happy new DC Day to you, homie. I am not taking part in the Daredevil drops. I think you have to have reached a certain sales level to qualify. My channel sponsors get it for whatnot. There you go. Yeah. I didn't know who all was doing it. I know Durs is doing it. If I get one, it'll be like last time, just for funsies to make a YouTube video out of it and then just turn around and just get rid of them. But there is a John Jang cover in them this year that I would be interested in keeping a version of. But yeah, they're interesting. I found out the best way to get your hands on those packs is just like go surfing through Whatnot and find one of the smaller sellers that has like 4 people watching their live stream and get one for like a quarter of a third of the price that they're going for in the bigger streams. And plus that helps a smaller guy at the same time. Wait, wax massages. Ooh, sounds fancy. Dude, that's hot. Your foot goes in a bag of melted wax and like my legs from my knees down are slick like a seal. I assume a seal is slick. Did you get the not? No, I didn't get my nostrils waxed. My nose is too big. They probably run out of wax. Did any of them hold aloft their golf clubs and yell, "I have the power"? They didn't. But Roy threw his in the air when he won. What's going on, Tony? Good to see you in here. Hello, hello. Yeah, my dad was over here on Sunday to watch the last day of the Masters with me. We had some barbecue, enjoyed the game. Yeah, it was insane, dude. It was insane. The new Daredevil trade paperback is very nice with the Charlie Cox introduction for us comic books to introduce new people to the community. David, what's going on, homie? Best day of the week. How is everyone doing this week? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Glad just to not be at work for once. Wife is telling me she may want to stay home, so I may just fly out myself. Details still being worked out. That's fine. That's fine. Hey, nerds, how the heck are you? It's been a heck of a long week. Yes, it has. It has. Good to see you in here, T-Dubs. Excited to see you at Heroes Con as well. Yeah, man, I got comics is good whatnot seller to buy the DD packs from. There you go. There you go. Thanks for telling everyone, Taylor. You could have DM'd me that. Now everyone's going to be there. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We got another $2 super chat. Stephen with the C says, let's go. That's 2 out of 5. Almost halfway there. Almost halfway there. Joffrey Castro, what is going on, homie? I might not be here next week. I may go out of town for my birthday. Just letting you know ahead of time. Woo, happy early birthday just in case you are not here. I hope you have a fantastic one, that's for sure. Hoping I can still go to Heroes. Got fired yesterday. Anyone need a digital marketing special? Yo, got fired? What did you do, Taylor? What did you do? In all seriousness, I remember kind of joking with you about your last job that you need to, since you had a new one, you need to leave with the scene, have fun leaving. Is going back to the old one a thing?
The Jeep key.
Jeep key.
Yeah, I don't know where mine is.
Oh, Jeep key.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the other one.
No, I just need the key.
I got the whole thing then.
Okay.
There you go.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Have fun.
Yeah.
Check with Josh on the packs. There you go. This is driving home now. And here's this. Boom! $2 super chat from David. That's 3. One more down. There we go. Getting closer. All right, T-Dub says, it was a job I held for 3 weeks. 2 of the associates decided I wasn't a good fit. I might end up going back to the old one, but I think they filled the position. Oh, that stinks. Yeah. If anybody knows of any digital marketing positions via remote, reach out to T-Dubs. Reach out to T-Dubs. I sent him some listings from Augusta. No clue if they were remote or not, but I was trying the last time he was filling out for jobs to convince him to come this way. My ultimate goal is to get all the people I enjoy spending time with on YouTube just to move to Augusta. It would be easier for all of us. I'm trying to do y'all a favor. I got Brian close. Brian's close now. He's down here. I'm just waiting on Rob and his wife to retire properly and then convince him to move from California. Convince DJ to come south. We got Remy down here already. If everyone just moves this way, it just make all of our lives more enjoyable. And Mark, I did apply for one of those jobs you showed me. Oh, dude, awesome, dude. Hope it works out, man. Hope it works out. All right, so let's get into it. Let's start getting into it. First off, I got some stuff loaded up in here. Before we start looking at the new books, there's a few things I want to talk about. This past week was crazy. So Sunday night, I wasn't able to be on my own live stream at Weeks In. When I talk about spoilers and the shows, movies, news, reviews of comics, all that from the week before, I wasn't able to do it. So my good friend, Brother John's Comics, who's an absolute legend and one of the best human beings that I know walking this earth, he fills in for me whenever I ask. He's just the nicest person in the world, and he's fantastic. Him and Sector have phenomenal conversations and covered a lot of stuff, but I wanted to share some of it and get some people's thoughts and talk and weigh in on it as well. And first off, this Superman photo was going around last week. So this stuff is going to be very apt as it is the Summer of Superman week kickoff tomorrow. But I've had my fair skepticism about the more than anything, the marketing decisions for the Superman movie. I'm big excited for the movie. I'm really nervous, and I've said this a million times, that I want it to succeed. I want it to be good. And some of the critiquing that I have of the marketing is that we don't see that smiling, iconic, hopeful, inspirational man in the sun in the trailers. We're seeing the beat up, the fighting, and all that stuff will be in the movie, but they just haven't shown us that yet. And I'm sure the second trailer, the second full-length trailer, when they drop it, will probably leave all of our heads blown off. But this photo right here from a Collider exclusive on the set, it did it for me. I'm like, this is exactly what I want to see more of, what I'm looking forward to seeing. Can't wait to see. This is it. This Superman standing there in all his glory, casual pose, smiling. The cameras aren't even rolling, but I really feel like David Cornball Sweat, Corny Sweat, Hornswoggle, whatever his name is, David C., who is portraying Superman, definitely fills the suit really well right here. The sunlight shining on him, the casual grin. When I saw this, I lit up. I'm like, this is fantastic. Can't wait to see more of this. This right here. And obviously, you can't spend the entire approximate 2-hour runtime laying in the snow or getting beat up or living inside of a kaiju fireball. But this photo right here just got me so excited, so pumped up. I was really, really happy to see that for sure. I don't know if everybody else seen that, or I know that there's a lot of split audience on the Superman film. Obviously, the movie's not out yet. No one's judging the movie yet. We're judging what we've seen so far with the trailers, the photos, the suit design, the casting decisions. Those kind of things are what's being judged so far. And for me, that right there, that did a lot to get me actually sliding over to more the excited side. And I was really, really, really glad that they dropped that when they did. I need to hear Sweaty Corn speak a little dialogue before I can judge anything. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing, right? That's a whole nother thing. We hadn't heard that. Like, I just want to hear him say something like that includes Lois's name in the dialogue for sure. That would be awesome. I have watched Twisters, the sequel to Twister that they made, and heard him speaking there. I didn't realize how tall the dude was. Looking at just the Superman stuff, like, he looks like normal, but you look at Twisters, he's a tall drink of water. I'm excited to see more Fortress features. Oh, yeah. It rotates. Let me ask you this, Louis. You brought this up, not me. Why did the whole fortress need to rotate instead of just like opening the window where the sun was? You know what I mean? Movie-wise, who's my favorite Superman ever? Christopher Reeve. I don't think that he can be topped. And first off, I don't think there's ever been a bad portrayal of Superman. I don't think we've ever gotten a bad one. They've all done really, really well. Christopher Reeve is Superman. I honestly feel like everyone else is just competing for second place. That's just all there is to it. And for a long time, I really love Henry Cavill's Superman. Like, I still do. I'm a huge Snyder fan. But what Tyler Hoechlin, however you say his name, what he did with the role on a CW show, the Superman and Lois show, dude, it was next level. He is easily my second favorite live action Superman. Easily. Henry's right there close to him, but what he brought to that role, what he brought to that character, and the way that he delivered it was nothing short of flawless. It was just absolutely amazing. Highly recommend that show to anybody. There's only 4 seasons, 3 seasons in the final one, which is a little bit shorter. Yeah, that's right. I think it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. But Superman wasn't the only thing that we're getting geared up for. The first set photos, I mean, this is the same thing that started happening with the Superman movie. We started getting set photos early on, and we got some of the Supergirl from afar. It looks like someone's hiding in a tree with a giant blurry camera or something. But it confirms that we got the skirt, we got the yellow belt on it, the tall red boots. I mean, it looks absolutely flawless. Millie Alcock is playing Supergirl. I think that was perfect casting. I was definitely on board for that. Happy when they announced it. I've kind of gotten a lot of good wishes come true when it came to the DC casting stuff with Millie and Aaron Pierre specifically. The Jon Stewart casting, absolutely perfect. But they got this shot that was circulating the interwebs is looking like her costume might be 100% spot on, save for the S being the DCU Kryptonian S. I really hope that they lean into that gold look where the yellow is instead of necessarily bright yellow. I think that would be a great little feature to set her apart a little bit. But I'm really excited for this Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow film. Absolutely love the book. Y'all know I'm a big Tom King fanboy, but it was great. Christopher Reeve is the Superman 1,000%. 1,000%. Maybe to show the fortress could move and was not permanently staying there like it's a ship. That's a good point. And also like with, I guess, like I was thinking about one thing, like with modern, like just the fact that it came out of the ground makes me think it can go back in the ground. And I'm like, why would it do that? Well, I guess like modern technology, satellites, stuff like that, people could potentially be looking for it all the time. You know, there'd be like a group of people on the internet that were just excited to find the fortress, to be the ones to find it. So it's good that it can like conceal itself, you know? Maybe. I do know what you mean, and I actually like that it rotates for optimal screaming sun therapy. That red light therapy, you know what I'm saying? The fortress twisted because it looked cool, and that sometimes is the only reason you need. That might be it. What's going on, J-Med? Good to see you in here, homie. What's up, Circumstances? Hello, hello. The S reminds me of Earth 2 Superman from pre-crisis early 80s. There you go. There you go. Going back to work, but I'll leave the stream up. Hashtag We Are Legion. Appreciate you, Steven, with the sleeves. Steven Spock, what's going on? Good to see you in here. Forger should be like the school of Sky High, just floating. Yeah, the flying bus to get there. Speaking of Michelle Pierre, Brother John's Comics, what is good? Good to see you. What is going on, homie? But yeah, the Supergirl suit looked awesome to me. I hope that's like spot on how it's going to be. And Mark, did you order that new Green Lantern in the armor went up there? I did not. I definitely did not. And I might go back and get it. I've gotten like all the different Green Lanterns so far, but I don't know. That one just didn't seem like it fits in with the rest of them. It's super cool, but I try to do the best I can to limit the toy purchases. It doesn't work very well, especially you watch Monday's video. But yeah, let's see. Next up, this is the big one, guys. This is huge news. Huge news. This went up on the old X yesterday, and from there it was everywhere. I opened my phone at some point in the day, and literally like 4 posts in a row were the same image, and then there was something else. Then the next 3 or 4 was the same image again. And that was none other than the first set photo reveal of Jason Momoa as Lobo, the last Zarnian, the man, the myth, the legend. The role that he was born to play, the role that he's on record of really wanting to play. He tells a great story about when he got the phone call from DC originally. He thought he was getting called in to play Lobo. Then they mentioned Aquaman, and he said, wait, what? You sure? All right, I'll do it. Which I love his Aquaman. His Aquaman is fantastic. Got his Aquaman all rocking behind me. But I'm even more excited to see him play Lobo. I really do feel like he was just born to play this. He just looks like him. It looks like in this, like this is the set photo. You got no posts, no anything on there. It's just him painted up with the jacket on. This looks like freaking Lobo. Like spot on. He's got the necklace with the Iron Cross on there. Couldn't be a better casting, you know, if we could wish it to be true. That's just absolutely wild. I've seen that Esfon82 posted his. Even if James Gunn write a good Superman film, people don't trust Warner Brothers as a company. David Zaslav has burned a lot of bridges in Hollywood. Yeah, Warner Brothers is doing all right this week, aren't they? Past couple weeks, they've been doing pretty good. They had a Minecraft phenomenon still unfolding. Sinners is coming back with a 100% critic review. Gearing up for a long year ahead of us with some good potential. And Zaslav got a what was it, like a $600,000 raise this year compared to last year. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the specific bridges that he's burning at all. I just see some news. Jason Momoa was the bee's knees in the Minecraft movie. Yo, Finn was talking to me last night. We were looking at that Lobo picture, and Finn goes, "Yeah, he was in. That's Aquaman. He was in Minecraft. He screams a lot." Oh, I'm back. So I'm hoping to take him to see it for their second time, my first time this week sometime, possibly this weekend. Possibly this weekend. Yeah, I think he is. He's got the temperament to it, too. Like, he's just that guy. It's like he just embodies it perfectly. We got a 37-month member milestone chat. Been a channel member, a Legionnaire for 37 months. Lobo Comics are going to blow up again. Speaking of that, I've had his first appearance. I got Lobo Comics, but I picked up this one a while back. This one I'll be giving away when we get to a closer time to the movie. I try to do stuff to theme and everything. We got the Superhero Lobo giveaway for this stream because of all this news, and when it gets time, I'll have the Legion Loot giveaway for the channel members in the Legion tier that I do every month, and we'll be theming out the Supergirl movie giveaway that month too. So I'll be sitting on those for till next year, but they'll be there in the can, ready to go, spreading the love. Jason was so funny in Minecraft. Jeffrey Morgan could be low, but that'd be another good one. I want to see him as Thomas Wayne still. I mean, he played Thomas Wayne in Batman v Superman. I wanted to see him as Thomas Wayne proper. They should have had that in the Flash movie. It should have been him playing Thomas Wayne in the Flash movie instead of Keaton playing Batman. At least to that degree. Get to the theater if you want to laugh a ton. Yeah, I'll definitely be trying to make it. I already pre-ordered the 4K Steelbook of Minecraft. So, because I know the kids are going to want that. And I'm like, I'll just pre-order it because if we're going to have it, I'd like to have the Steelbook. Might have been delayed, Scotty. There you go. Hope the family is well. Did I miss that spawn in here? Oh, there's so many Scots in this community. Good reviews doesn't always translate to box office success. No, it doesn't, but it's definitely a good start, right? Look at Minecraft. People were trashing it. People thought it would be bad. We got bad reviews. But just like Mario, can't really predict those kids' video game things. They're anomalies. Yeah, I don't think Sinners is going to do big numbers. I'll be impressed if it does over 40 opening weekend because it's R-rated horror. No, but Ryan Coogler's making it, I think, so that might give it a small boost in certain areas. I don't know. I also don't know what the budget is. You know, they're not expecting a $1 billion movie with Sinners. I don't think they're. If it ends with over 250, I'd be surprised, but I'd be impressed. Saw a video review thumbnail and assumed they were set to produce from Hasbro. There you go. Who cares that empty suits happen to be around artists? You think these useless bees hire people like James Gunn so they can do his job? Too many, Scott. I was going to see more DC movies. There's a lot of them. Dude, I was looking back on it because I just got that package in of Man of Steel, Suicide Squad, BVS, Wonder Woman, and The Dark Knight Rises, all steel books. And I was thinking back, dude, we got a lot of DC movies over the years when you look at all of them. Feel bad for Anthony Mackie. Folks is never going to accept him as Captain America. They would if the movie was better. The movie was trash, let's be honest. There's some fun stuff to look at. The movie was terrible. Disney did him bad, making us wait 4.5 years to get him as Captain America when they handed him the shield right after Endgame. They wanted anybody to accept him as Captain America. Their best bet was to have him be Captain America and not do 4 years of terrible movies that are just jumbled up and then deliver what they gave with that jumbled mess of a film. Also, nobody liked Falcon as Captain America in the comics. You know, it was a short-lived thing there because fans were like, yeah, this ain't it. It's like amalgam in one world here. Like, it just wasn't it. Everything that happens in comics doesn't have to be made into movies because it already failed as a comic. That's like, why don't people like Amadeus Chow as the Hulk? Because he's not Banner, you know. Why can't Steve Rogers be Black Panther? Because T'Challa's Black Panther. Like, it's just, there's some things that ain't going to work. It ain't about the actor. It's about the actual story. Like, you've given us a better version already. Yeah, the Minecraft movie was fun. My nieces and nephews loved it, and I took them to see it. And no, there was no people throwing popcorn. See, I want that. That's what I want. I want the yelling people, the flying popcorn. I want that, the end game for children. That'd be fun. I guess we go to the Highlander for Scots. Yeah. Do you have a DC sponsorship? No, I do not. I have had a DC reach out, and I did 2 videos for them in the past. You can find those. It's the Infinite Possibilities on their app review, and then they sent the DC Finest collection one, which it's very, very obvious, and at the front of the video and in the description, everything that the video was in partnership with DC. So I've had 2 videos I've done with them in the past handful of months. What's the character you'd like to see get a movie? Etrigan the Demon. That would be a good one. Knowing that Swamp Thing's already coming, I think a different one that I'd love to see is Etrigan the Demon. There was a time when they were getting geared up to do a New Gods that was talking about and everything. I'm glad it got canceled because at the time it probably wouldn't have been what it could be. And, you know, sometimes waiting pays off. If there's Go Good, do you think we will get the movie Lobo the Lasarnian? I don't know. I think he's going to be a huge fan favorite. I think that would be wild. Please God, let something I make fail like Captain America 4. Amen. You're always on this same thing. You can watch a movie not make money, and because a lot of money was like spent on it and didn't meet, AR, if you spent $1 million making a comic and it made 500 million or made $500,000, you wouldn't celebrate the $500,000 loss. You would still praise for the $500,000 you got. I don't think you understand how numbers work sometimes. Love you to death, though, my dude. I want to see a buddy cop comedy starring Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. Yeah, that'd be awesome. A lot of people look for that. I know Beckerman has talked about that for years. I'd like to see Captain Atom, the movie. That'd be wild. Yeah, that'd be a really good one. I'm still not convinced that he won't pop up in Peacemaker Season 2. I saw this thing a while back. I saw this thing a long time ago where someone was doing motion capture for Peacemaker Season 2, and people were speculating that it could possibly be Captain Atom due to the fact that he's Charlton Comics originally. Because you had Peacemaker, who started at Charlton Comics. You had Judo Master, who started at Charlton Comics. And then you got to wonder if are they going to bring any more Charlton characters into Season 2. I doubt that they would do Blue Beetle, as he's already kind of a standalone thing. But Captain Atom would be another one. It's the number 3 movie in the world. And does that mean it made a lot, or does that mean that the first quarter of this year was the worst box office quarter like in recorded history? They everyone fell down on their hands and knees and thanked the universe for Minecraft when it came out. That's how bad that first quarter was. If the number 2 movie only made $7 this week at the box office, what does that say for the number 3 movie? Justice League International. It feels like there's a touch of Justice League International in the Superman stuff. Feels like you got Guy there. You got Maxwell Lord supposed to be back there. Marcus, always amused. Speaking of Captain Atom, did you see what happened in the latest issue of the Atom Project? That was odd. Yeah, the fight with Major Force. It was insane. Absolutely insane. Let's see what else was on here. I think those were the only few things on there. Oh, no. Tomorrow's Superman Day at Comic Shop. So Friday the 18th is the official Superman Day for this year, I believe. I think it's kind of a jumbled mess of a release between Friday and New Comic Book Day. I know some people were getting theirs early based off when they were showing up at their shops, but much like Free Comic Book Day and Batman Day, there's going to be books that the shops have bought to, so there'll be free stuff to pick up as well as other stuff that you can purchase. And I did a video on it showing it off, but if you missed it, the book on your far left, Superman, All-Star Superman by Grant Morrison, art by Frank Quitely. There'll be a Superman Day edition that'll be free at your shop. So whenever your shop does it, I can't give you a definitive time. I think ABX is doing it on Wednesday. I don't know if some people are waiting till Superman Day on Friday, the 18th. I don't know anymore. It's gotten confusing. But there's also going to be a foil version, which is that middle picture without the trade dress. Shiny as all get out for $9.99, and then a blank cover if you want to draw your own art on it on the far right there for $4.99. So there'll be free versions or versions you would buy. Same thing for Superman for all seasons, Tim Sale, Jeff Loeb. You'll have a free version and then a foil version for $9.99. And then there's Jimmy Olsen's Super Cyclopedia, which is also a free comic. So 3 different free books to choose from, some different versions of it, shiny, blanks, all that kind of stuff. But most importantly, in my opinion at least, Action Comics 1 is getting a first reprint of the year. Might be its only reprint of the year. It's in the original Golden Age size. So this is taller and wider than your standard comic book. Well, wider at least. $9.99 price tag on it. Golden Age books were big. They were bigger back in the day. Thick. A lot of stories in there, including the first appearance of Superman featured on the cover in that iconic pose holding the car over his head. Now, you're not only getting the standard original Plain Jane reprint, they're also doing one to commemorate the upcoming film. Dan Moore is doing the cover art on it. Superman's going to be drawn as he's portrayed in James Gunn's Superman film, starring David Cornsweet. Beautiful book. I was on the fence about it. I wasn't really expecting to pick it up, but after I saw it in person, I'm like, gotta have it. Gotta have it. And it doesn't even stop there. They're also doing a foil version. It doesn't really translate to the screen very well, but the one on the left there is the foil version. $14.99 price tag on it, but this thing is wrapped front and back in shiny goodness. Foiled out of its mind. The interiors clearly aren't, but the front and back cover is. Absolutely beautiful book. And then they're doing a blank as well. If you want to get a copy of the first appearance of Superman and draw your own cover on it. Test your hand at the arts. You can do so for $10.99. I think it's funny that the blank costs $1 more than the standard. The original reprint will be $9.99. The David Corney sweat, I believe, is $10.99 as well. So there's a lot of cool stuff you might not want to miss out on. So I got like 3 of those that I'm going for. I got the I just don't have the blank. I might track it down. Might track down that blank. Oh, I went last week to my LCL long distance comic shop. I don't want to deal with tourist traffic in Myrtle Beach this week and next. Yeah, it might get rough. I grabbed the foil virgin cover already. Comic shop I went to already had it on the shelf. Nice. Superman Day will be me playing the Superman theme on repeat 24 hours straight. John Williams goodness. I can't wait for Peacemaker. The DC drops will be so fun. Was so excited when they said something about Batmite last season. Yeah, there's so many Easter eggs in those. Matter Eating Lad, everything. It was wild. Super wild. There's some good stuff in there. But I'm excited, guys. I'm super excited. It's going to be cool. I'm excited to see so many people getting excited for Superman. And let me pull this up. And it doesn't stop there because they're releasing a book in tandem with this from DC Comics this week. The Summer of Superman starts this week. Let me see if I can find this thing. Where are they hiding it? Right here. Summer of Superman special #1 will be on shelves. Mark Waid and Dan Slott worked on this book, I believe. Let me pull this back up. Mark Waid writing. I could have sworn I seen Dan Slott's name in that thing, and it felt like it for a second as well. But yeah, Dan Slott. It's a 3-part story. Mark Waid writes part 1 and 3, and Dan Slott writes part 2. And just kicking us off, getting us geared up for this. We're about to have that brand new Superman, what is it, Unlimited, which is like another ongoing Superman title that Dan Slott will be writing. I gotta tell you, the part that Dan Slott wrote in this book was absolutely garbage. Overall, this was fantastic, and there's a massive, massive reason to pick this up in the last few pages that tie into everything else that's been going on, especially as it pertains to the absolute DC world, possibly interacting with the main. But the Dan Slott, his part in this, I wanted to go into the comic and shake him. It was so stupid, so ridiculous, and unnecessarily preachy, and coming from a place of sheer stupidity while he was at it. I mean, I had to stop reading and go back to the creator credits in the front and see what was happening with the book. Because Mark Waid is a phenomenal writer. And there's something that just like hit me like a freight train and threw me off how to check what I'm like reading. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Just 2 pages ago, we said one thing and now we're doing this. And now you're harping on it. It was weird. It was absolutely weird. And I know Dan Slott catches a lot of heat for what he did in Spider-Man, I think. If he comes over here to Superman and starts doing stupid stuff, I'm gonna put him on my John Ridley list. Yeah, there's Louis. So much for superior Superman. Yeah, he's gonna go on the John Ridley shit list. I mean, we ain't got time for that. DC's crushing it right now. Their books across the board are amazing. Their continuity's tight. You can see passion and love for the medium in every book that's coming out. And yeah, I'd hate to see it go downhill. But if you plan on checking out what's going on, I would suggest picking this up, even if you're just keeping up with the absolute stuff. There's something very important in this book that has to do with the absolute. Now, it does unfortunately have a slightly higher price tag, as it's a slightly thicker book. It's $5.99 for the A cover, and the BC, whatever, those are a little bit higher, but there's a lot of pages in it. It's definitely a thick boy of a book. I don't know, 48 pages. So you're getting what you pay for. Definitely getting what you pay for. What's going on, Lords of Brooklyn in the house? Good to see you. Spider-Boy ending because Slott moving over to Soups. Y'all can have him back. Y'all can have him back. I had a taste of it. I'm good. Hard pass. Y'all can have him back. We don't want him. We don't need him. $6.99 for the others, yeah. Marriage of John and Lana is cool. Yeah, that's the theme of the whole book. It's the John and Lana wedding, which is super cool. I feel like Mark Waid sets it up nice. Dan Slott gets stupid, and then Mark Waid saves the day, and it ends super strong. pre-order a Zulo variant. There you go. There you go. But overall, I was happy with it. Just that, like, what is Dan Slott doing with his life? Next one I want to talk about, Absolute Flash issue number 2. This is the one that features that Clayton Crane variant as well. Confirmed for issues 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if he's stopping there doing more, but all 3 of his covers are fantastic. I like Clayton Crane, especially when he's working on DC books, and especially when they're direct market. There's your A cover right there. And we still have Jeff Lemire writing and Nick Robles on the art. I've seen where a lot of people, when they're kind of just talking about the Absolute DC stuff and kind of doing generic rankings, hey, good job. Did you open that on your own? Rock and roll, little girl.
I just got one of these within the notebook.
Good job. Knocked it out of the park. I know a lot of people kind of put Absolute Flash towards the lower end on it. We did only have one issue to really judge it on. And I mean, I did a whole ranking of the initial 3 off issue 1 when they came out. And I think Absolute Flash, it's definitely not my favorite. It's not Wonder Woman. It's not Superman. I think Green Lantern probably put in the spot 3 just based off of the issue 1. It's not of everything we know, but I don't think there's been a bad one yet. I liked a lot about that Flash. What a lot of people were kind of like kind of reluctant on or negative on was the, I don't want to call it a jumbo plot. It wasn't. It was an intentional it was a mystery. Like you're left supposed to be wanting to know more kind of thing. And that's where it left us. In this issue, you're going to get some answers. You're going to get some really definitive answers, and it's going to be teeing up even bigger questions. Not more questions, but it lines up what's important. What's important to be asking. I like the fact that they're not just laying down an origin and then running a story. The origin is the story in this case. Wanting to find out like the next piece of the puzzle to really see how this character in this book is going to be rounded out. That's what I'm really digging about what they're doing so far. But I really dug issue 2. This one's definitely action forward while still delivering a lot of plot. So if you were on the fence with issue 1, or if you dropped with issue 1, I would definitely suggest give issue 2 a try and see if this doesn't put some things in motion that kind of give you a better idea. I think that would be a fair shot. The Alexander Lozano cover is splendiferous. It is splendiferous, and one lucky viewer is going home with it today as it's part of our giveaway. Got that Alexander Lozano and the John Jang Summer of Superman Special number 1 going as the giveaways today. So don't go anywhere. Don't turn that dial. Absolute Flash and Green Lantern went with more mystery than action. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but gives me 2 cups. Exactly. And, Superman was the same way. Superman, like, the pacing was different, but the story paid so much close attention to what it was doing that the payoffs were bigger for it. It was wild. 3 good nerds. What's going on, Wayne? Good to see you in here. But I'm loving every bit of these Absolute titles so far. It looks like based off their sales figure, so is everybody else and their cousin, as DC dominated the entire top 10 list for sales this past round. Flash, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern, Superman, Batman, all of them were in there. I think Martian Manhunter was the lowest pre-sales with 120,000 copies. Flash, number 1, had 180,000 copies pre-sold. I really dig the Absolute titles. Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. Right there with you. But this is a massive week. Massive week. New Detective Comics is out this week. I haven't had a chance to read that, but Tom Taylor has been impressing me with what he's been doing so far. I'm not always the biggest fan of his ongoing stuff. I love his Elseworld style stuff, but this has been really good. Nightwing 125 hit shelves. I haven't been picking that up. But Dan Waters, I'm hearing nothing but great things from his run. This is the next big one that y'all might want to pay attention to, though. Batman Superman World's Finest, number 38. Now, Batman Superman has been running for a while now successfully. Mark Waid and Dan Moore kicked it off. Mark Waid's still writing it. Clayton Henry stepping in. This is part 1 of a new story arc, and not just any story arc. This is one that's going to be alternating with Justice League Unlimited. So if you're picking up Justice League Unlimited already, you need to add the next 3 issues of World's Finest to your pull list. You won't know what's going on if you don't. This is what we're doing in place of like a summer event instead of like a big thing that's going to have numerous tie-ins and interrupt your regular scheduled reading. We're not doing that this year with DC. Thank God. It's on such a good place with this all-in era getting rolling. Just let it roll. But what we are doing is a Legion of Doom story. And it's not the Legion of Doom that you might expect. The Legion of Doom currently, they're doing their own thing. Lex is battling his demons and with like the whole memory thing. You got Sinestro out in space dealing with Green Lantern stuff without a ring, with the whole the whole spectrum out of whack with the batteries gone. So the Legion of Doom isn't formed right now. Not in this time, at least. In a previous time, in a past life, the Legion of Doom is formed, and they're coming for the present. They're attacking the present, is what it's looking like. Part 1 of the brand new series called We Were Yesterday starts inside the pages of this issue of World's Finest, issue number 38. And then the part 2 of the story will take place in the next issue of Justice League Unlimited, and back and forth. It's going to be a 6-part story. It's going to come fast. You'll get 2 parts a month, and I highly suggest checking it out. I don't know if Clayton Henry is going to be doing the interiors for Justice League Unlimited. Hopefully it stays Dan Mora. Clayton Henry is not bad. You might recognize his art from the Mark Waid Action Comics 12-issue Phantoms story arc they did just a few weeks back. But it's going to be solid. Collect both, so no worries. Exactly. That's the way to do it. I haven't read an absolute comic that disappointed yet. 1000% agree. Yo, and one of the coolest things was Matt, who works at ABX. He's a big indie guy over anything, but he reads like Big Two stuff. And he read Martian Manhunter since the last time I seen him, and he was blown away. I told everybody when I read it that if you're an indie comic fan, Martian Manhunter is must read because it's like an A-tier indie comic book with a DC character. And I was so excited to see how excited he was. I can't wait to read it and have somebody to kind of just nerd over it with. It's not that one's definitely not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but its quality is undeniable. I need to start reading World's Finest. Yes. This is one of the best consistent ongoing titles on shelves. You know, it takes place in an unspecified time in the past, so you're not burdened with continuity and can tell all kinds of stories, all kinds of guest appearances. It's all legit, like event level stories in it too. And this one I expect is going to be amazing. Dang it, I hate crossovers, LOL. Now I got to write ABX and say, hey, add this to my pool list. Yeah, it should just be 3 issues. It's a 6-part story, 3 issues in World's Finest, 3 issues in Justice League Unlimited, and boom, bang, bam, random route. It's a great time to do the Legion of Doom as well. And that's one of the beauties of using World's Finest is you don't have to interrupt the current going-ons with continuity and stuff to do something large, massive, and awesome in scale. It's going to be great. If you want to buy only one monthly Superman comic and have a limited budget, what would that series, what series? I would say Superman proper. Action Comics, it does this thing called Superman Superstars, where every 3 issues you have one writer and one artist do a 3-issue story, and then they change it up. So you might love Action Comics for one story arc, and then it might not be your jam, might not be your art style. So for consistency's sake and something that has stakes, a lot of characters, dynamic, well-written, Joshua Williamson is writing Superman proper and Dan Moore is doing the art. And it's just phenomenal. Just the Superman proper book is phenomenal. It is so good. And I would even recommend if you wanted to check it out, go back. You probably have to go back, I think, maybe just 6 issues now. That's when DC started the all-in era, which is just a way to notate a good jumping on point. And I would highly suggest reading from there. It is really, really good. And if you're familiar with Superman adjacent characters and stuff like that, there's a lot of them in there. You might not know right offhand where everyone's starting that story at, but you would pick up really, really fast. So I would definitely go with that. And give me 1 second. My mom's calling. Let me get this. Oh, she hung up. That was fast. Missed it. But yeah, definitely would recommend that one. World's Finest have been excellent from the beginning. Heroes, I never got over the Silver Bronze Age. It's perfect for that. Yeah, if you want to touch that, it's definitely there. Most definitely. So we're at 11 minutes till a hard stop on the show. Where are we at with the wheel? We're at 3 out of 5 super chats. So just keeping up with that. So I got a hard stop at 3. I got to pick up Finn from school. So we won't want to miss that. Yo, what a new era this is. Wonder Woman number 20. Issue 19 was the big finale to the ongoing story against the Sovereign. Tom King took over this title and dove into this whole Sovereign story arc. It was phenomenal. This book has received nothing but like really high praises across the board. It has its detractors. Tom King comes with detractors. I've never seen such a polarizing writer as Tom King is, but this was really cool. It's a Murder at Mount Olympus. This might as well be a Hercule Poirot story, but in the DC way. It's really cool. I'm not going to get into any specifics, but Batman's obviously been tasked by Wonder Woman to come look into something. It's really fun, to be honest with you. It's really fun. I like the way this one was structured. Reads well, delivers well. Now, we don't have Daniel Sampier on art. I'm assuming we're doing a little rollover story here. We see this happen often at the end of big story arcs where you get another artist step in, and that gives our primary artist time to do some work and catch up and get the consistency rolling from there. But the interior artist on this was not bad at all. Let's see if I can find who it was. Oh, Gillian March is an artist on this. Did a fantastic job. Highly recommend. If you haven't been reading Wonder Woman, I don't know if I'd recommend you to jump in more than I would recommend you just to go buy the trade paperbacks and experience this era of Wonder Woman, because that's what it is. It's what it truly is, especially with the way that Tom King and Daniel Sampier are regular artists. Just, it's almost like they share a brain, the way that they are just, the art just translates so perfectly to the storytelling. It's just, man, it's so good. It's almost as good as this next one, and probably might be the last one I want to bring up. Out this week, New Gods issue number 5. Guys, girls, everybody, this has got to be what I would consider the best comic book on shelves. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to be your favorite comic book. I'm not saying that compared to everything else I pulled that it's the most entertaining or this, that. All in all, overall, for me, every issue I read of this, every single issue leaves my jaw on the floor. I literally drop the book and say, no way. There's moments like that in every single issue. Ram V is such an incredible storyteller with like saga length storytelling, like with depth of character, just it's next level. Now look, I was wondering if I would even want to see any Justice League characters in this book. If I wanted to see any other DC characters outside of the New Gods in this book. I typically don't like that because it's so good. I'm so invested with the New Gods. It's Kirby's Fourth World. We don't get enough of this. We don't have time to play with the regulars. With what's going on, the depth of Darkseid in the DC All-In special 7 months ago, it put a lot of things in motion. Obviously, it affects the New Gods. And this is that story. This is how it's affecting them, and it's in a massive way. Darkseid falls, Apocalypse fell shortly after. The conquering army now moved to New Genesis. We saw the New Gods holding their own, and Highfather even put on the armor and headed out for battle in the last issue. And I was like, oh my God, they're about to get it. This issue right here stunned me numerous times. Absolutely stunned me. It was insane. I don't want to go into any details at all, as it will completely spoil the book. Everything about it would be a spoiler. If you're not getting New Gods, it's only a 12-issue maxi series. 12 issues. So budget, plan, pre-order the trade paperback, maybe. I'm not saying this isn't like something you would pick up to speculate on. If you want that, go back to the 70s, get the Kirby's actual New God key comic books. I've got them. I highly suggest them. They're ridiculously affordable. A lot of DC keys are undervalued. Get them while they are. God forbid the Superman movie is a $2 billion movie and everyone becomes DC fans overnight. Could change the affordability of collecting comics for a lot of people. But this story right here has to be experienced. You got to check it out.
Oh my word.
Well, hey, G.
Look at the beautiful.
So good.
Oh my God.
Now, let's see what we got going on here. I've seen a lot of comments come in. Boom.
Don't hit your lips and that's your lips.
$5 super chat from Free Key Louie. Big shout out and thank you to Louie. You get this one.
Look at me like this makes sense.
I love that. I appreciate it, homie. Big shout out to Louie. I still jealous that you got to meet the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Lou Ferrigno himself. Yeah, that was awesome. We got a 42-month member milestone chat from Pop's Attic. Hashtag we are Legion. That's a gorgeous cover. It really is. It really, really is. The art has been on point. New Gods, and the story has been epic. The art is insane. And the way that they're playing with multiple artists to convey different parts of the story, they brought in Riccardo Federici to do the art when they were talking about the old gods 2 issues ago. And then in this issue, they do the same trick. I'm not going to say who and how and why, but the same trick is used. The level of detail and attention that's played in this is absolutely insane. And there it is, $2 super chat from none other than Steven with a C. That concludes it for today. That's 5 over 5, and let's hit him with a Superman. Don't nobody talk bad about the cross-eyed Superman. I'm sure they'll fix it in post. But big shout out to everybody. Thank y'all for the $5 super chat. We're going to spin the wheel. Everybody in the chat need to thank y'all for the $5 super chat because all that does is cover the cost of the stuff that I bought for it. Possibly, not even all of it. But yeah, so there we go. I guess we're going to pull up the giveaway tool. We'll spin the wheel, then draw the winner. That's the way we'll do it. Let me stop sharing that. I got 5 minutes to pull this off. Get that hashtag in there if you haven't already. I'm going to pick quick. I picked up all 4 new gods based on your recommendations. Have you started reading them? Have you started reading them? I got to know. No, YouTube. Pop Static is not the same guy that does comic reviews. You'll find him on Instagram. It's just a sales page. Whatever. There it is. Wheel of Names. So these are the prizes that are remaining for the bonus. Obviously, as with every Tuesday, ABX Comics and Games donated some books for the giveaway. We have Summer of Superman, the Supergirl, and the Lobo cover. And then we're going to add some bonuses to it. What remains in the prize wheel that isn't gone? We have Batman Earth 1, 2 copies of that. We have 2 Ollie's mystery packs left, a Superman Doomsday, and an Aquaman Volume 1. That's a Jeff Johns kickoff era. So I'm going to shuffle this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And is enough. We'll spin it. And getting added in today's giveaway is none other than, drum roll. What is it? Aquaman Volume 1. Boom, stop sharing. So Aquaman Volume 1 by Jeff Johns and Ivan Reese is getting added to there. You'll recognize some of these from the movie, and you'll see a lot of the elements from the movie gets pulled from this new 52 era run. So that's really cool. I highly recommend that Aquaman run. It's super good. So get that hashtag in there, and we will get this thing going. Add to stage. Golly, 25 comments. Give everyone just another minute. I went to my LCS to try to find new gods. No luck. I need a little ABX in my life. Reach out to them. Links in the description. Just you'll find their Facebook page in the description. That's the most efficient way to reach out to them, or just call them and take care of you. Got a handful of people in here. Everyone get in there. I like them a lot. Yeah, it's massive. It's epic. It's huge. Make Finn walk. Not happening. That's my little partner. That's my little buddy. Pop's Attic is actually my dad, who's been collecting since 1962. He doesn't do so much anymore, but he's why I got into comics and stayed in the comics since I was a kid. I absolutely love him. Thanks to him, that's where my passion comes from. And he has Pop's Attic as the name of his Instagram page, which is linked down below. He clears out some space and getting rid of some stuff in the collection. You can imagine collecting from 1962 for decades. It takes up a lot of space. So stuff that he just calls out of the collection, he posts up there to sell. Stuff that ends up here from mystery packs or this or that. Stuff that I don't want to keep. We post up there just to get rid of. Guaranteed cheapest prices anywhere. We're not trying to earn a living on it. We're just trying to get rid of it. So that's what that is. That's my pops. That's my pops. But he doesn't have a YouTube channel. Just Instagram, hangs out. I like that Soups is representing the cross-eyed community. Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to do it. I feel seen when I saw that. I'm like, I get a little bit of a little cross-eyed look depending on which way I look. So someone's got to do it. Thank you, Dale. Dale always coming in clutch. And one more last look. We're going to look at that. Let me see. I know I got some of these ABX. Oh, I'm getting low. And then we're going to throw the ABX sticker in there with the one. I'm going to go ahead and pull the cards and got time to do the monkey thing. Got 1 minute. That'd be perfect. I'll throw that in there. Got 3 bangers today. Then we got the Mr. Miracle card going in there. Hey, that's awesome. Gnort going in there. Another good one. And Our Man going in there. All 3 of those. Let's say ABX sticker. So there we go. Let's spin this bad boy and see who's winning. Remember, this is free shipping in the U.S. If you're international and you win, you can prize tag somebody. And if you're a channel member, it's free shipping no matter where you live, even if you're in Antarctica. So let's go. Good luck to everybody. And the winner for today is, let me write this down. Hey, Alan Rue. Perfect. He lives in Augusta. I ain't got to ship it. Congrats to Alan Rue. Big shout out to everybody who came and watched today. I hope y'all had fun. I had a blast. I needed this. Spent some time this morning getting physically back in shape. And this right here helps me get mentally back in shape. I absolutely love this hobby. I love this fandom. I love everybody who comes to sharing it with me. This is a blast. I can't thank you enough for making it as fun as it is. Without everyone here to talk and all this stuff, it wouldn't be fun at all. And yeah, thank y'all. But Be sure to check out the thing that I posted on Monday. I did a video talking about a huge epic eBay fail, which doesn't happen. Mark got I actually got them unpainted. Brian, if you go back and look at the post, you can see that my left big toe is red. My right toes are orange from where a monkey paints my toes. And then I just, I just never think to unpaint them. But she paints my toes and nails often. I always take it off my hands. And then it was funny when I went in there to get them done. They were completely not shocked by a dad having painted toenails. You can spot a dad with a young daughter pretty easily. I guess that's one way to do it. But yeah, now that I have these blank canvases, I'm sure Monkey will get back at him soon. But yeah, that's going to do it. Thank y'all so much. Check out that eBay fail video. I promise it ends in a happy ending. It's not a negative Nancy video. And till next time, as always, let me find the video I want. Definitely this one. We are Legion.